So your granddad kind of he put all of that philosophy on the bottle, and you're still carrying the torch. So what's that like still living that out all the way in 2025?
Yeah. Well, I like what you're just saying about like how, people coming together to just, create infrastructure for each other and for the collective and, for spirit. Um, yeah. And I had that insight actually at the burn really hard this time about, because I had a friend during strike just say, he's a virgin burner. He's like, man, I feel so good, like after like busting ass. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like, I was like feeling like the labor, I'm not that familiar with Freemasonry, just a little bit, but and I'm sure there's all kinds of weird whatever. But at its core, as I understand, is like about getting to a place of co-creating with God. Like you're in that flow and helping build the cathedral and like and just like manifesting our camp and blasting Dusty Burners clean and kind of healing the like fundamental like Judeo-Christian like sin or like the repression of our instinctuality and animality and nature in this world is fallen and sinful and overcoming that and and like hey we're just all beautiful naked kids running in the sprinklers and just kind of getting into that Edenic state and just like but just like when you're like building and using something for like that high of a purpose, just it's beautiful. um does what we do at Dr. Bronner's day in day out like rise that level? I mean, I think it's directionally in that direction. It's not quite as maybe pure, but we strive. That's kind of where we're striving, and try to do things in a really good way and go to market in a way that honors, all our workers, all our farmers and our supply chains, the environment. Um, and capping salaries and donating profits we make to different causes and orgs. Um, Yeah, I mean, I think it does honor my granddad's original vision. My granddad started the company as a nonprofit religious organization, and our corporate name remains All One God Faith Inc. So, like, when you look at like when we were suing the DEA over hemp back in 2001, it's All One God Faith versus Drug Enforcement Administration.
Yeah.
But our DBA is Dr. Bronner's. Um, but yeah, I mean, the IRS disagreed with his self-designated tax exempt status at a certain point. And he was in bankruptcy paying back taxes. And my parents, got involved at that point, my uncle, and helped reorganize things. And we exited bankruptcy as a for-profit, but with the, DNA of a nonprofit. And just really try to keep that ethos at the heart of everything we do. So.